ready?
Oh, no. Well, I say 350. As I was saying that, it turned to 315. This is new GSL again. That's Hey Tim, you want to be up here though? I think it'd be very good. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. It's 3:15. We're in airport, so we're going to start on time, right? That's what we do. Thank you all very much for being here today. We have a very special announcement that we want to share with everyone. First of all, I would just like to make a couple of introductions. My name is Rhonda Hamnebrigi. I'm the airport director here at St. Louis Lambert International. Joining me is Tim Brinker. Tim is with Greater St. Louis, Inc., a great partner for the airport, from the business community and all the things that we do. Obviously, Congressman Bell on my right, who I'll introduce shortly. And then I have a couple of airport commissioners joining us today as well. So I've got retired Judge Clark, who's one of our airport commissioners, and Frank Jacobs, who's one of our airport commissioners. And I think everybody is well aware that we have a massive project that we have been working on to think about the future of the airport and where we go from here. In order to think about the new consolidated terminal project, there are a lot of other pieces of our airport that we need to fix in advance of thinking about the potential terminal. One of those is a new central utility plant. Our central utility plant was built in 1956, the time this terminal opened, and it is coming to its lifespan. It's a massive project. It's well under the design stage. So we reached out looking for every opportunity that we can to help bring in grants and various funds to be able to offset the cost of a number of these projects. Congressman Bell was very supportive to us. He loves the airport. He wanted to do everything he can. So he did submit to have an earmark put in for the airport for our particular project on the construction of the new central utility plant. We are so proud today to be here to announce this, to recognize the partnership that we have with Congressman Bell, and to recognize the significance of moving this project forward and finding funds available on a federal level to help support all of these enabling projects along the way, and ultimately the terminal project too. So just a huge shout out and a huge thanks to Congressman Bell. And with that, I'd like to introduce Congressman Bell. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Rhonda, thank you for your leadership. Tim, thank you for your partnership, and GSL as well. Also, our commissioners, thank you for being here and the work that you put in. I got to take a moment of personal privilege. As a young public defender in my formative years in my career, my judge over here, Anne Marie Clark, was very much a mentor. And I don't know if you remember this, but I remember there was a case that we had, and I lost that case, and I was mad. And Judge Clark brought me over to the side and broke down why she ruled the way she ruled, and I realized that I was just wrong. and I appreciated that tough love, the mentorship. And especially in those early years. So, but let me get back to the business at hand. Rhonda, thank you for the introduction, and to everyone here at Lambert for having us. Today we're here to announce $3,150,000 in federal community project funding for Lambert International Airport, specifically to construct a new central utility plant and West electrical substation. That might not sound like the most glamorous project, but let me tell you how important it actually is. Lambert is in the middle of its consolidated terminal program, one of the most significant infrastructure investments this airport has seen in decades. This funding powers that work literally. Without modern electrical infrastructure, you can't consolidate terminals. You can't attract new carriers. You can't grow. This investment is what makes the next phase possible. From day one in Congress, one of my top priorities has been making sure federal dollars find their way back home to St. Louis. Our families, our businesses, our workers, they send their tax dollars to Washington. They deserve to see that investment come back in ways that move this region forward. And Lambert is central to that story. I talk often about St. Louis being a sleeping giant. We have the talent, the institutions, the infrastructure, but sleeping giants don't stay competitive. They have to invest. They have to modernize. They have to be willing to do the unglamorous foundational work that makes everything else possible. A strong airport isn't just about transportation, about a transportation hub. It's an economic engine. It is how companies decide whether to locate here. It is how workers get the opportunities to live here. It's how St. Louis signals to the rest of the country and the world that we are open for business and ready to compete. Every carrier we attract, every terminal we modernize, every job we create at this airport has a ripple effect across North County and the entire region. That's what's at stake here. I'm proud we were able to secure this funding, and I'm going to keep pushing to make sure St. Louis gets its fair share of federal investment because this region has waited long enough. Thank you to the airport leadership, the workers, and everyone here who is committed to making Lambert what it should be, one of the great airports in this country. As I will continue to say, this is just the beginning. Now we get to do the fun part. I guess we'll step out in front.
In front of them. We hate to block this check, you know. You want to get on the other side? We are happy if, one more, Jordan, okay. We are happy to take any questions if anybody has any questions. Oh, sure. See who the question's for first.
Yeah, so how will this funding accelerate the timeline for the consolidation of the program?
Well, it doesn't necessarily accelerate the timeline, but what it does, there's a number of enabling projects, the central utility plant being one of the most critical, that has to happen if this terminal is to move forward. So we were in the design currently of that. We're at about 60% design. We should get to 90% design of this fall, and then that will go out for a bid for construction. That is a key component of not only the sustainability of this airport, but the future of the airport. So it won't necessarily speed it up, but it is a key piece to ensure that we can move forward.
That it?
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you all for joining us very much. We appreciate it. Thank you.